As I grew older, I realized that people gradually become more silent. Maybe it's because things seem amusing, perhaps it's due to laziness in explaining, or maybe it's just sadness. Gradually, I no longer feel the need to respond to anything. Silence is not an emotion, but a feeling, a sense that there's no longer any meaning in saying anything more. Master once said, when you have value, others will cherish you. When you have talent, others will respect you. The best way to love someone is to take good care of yourself, to become a quality partner, rather than desperately treating someone well in hopes they will love you back. If you shine, the butterflies will naturally come to you. When you are steady and strong, life will flow smoothly. Over the years, I've completely lost myself. The person who always smiled, whose eyes were full of energy, is no longer there. My temperament has been worn down, my personality gradually faded away, leaving only fatigue and loneliness. Some things, no one can understand but yourself. Some feelings, no one can express except through silence. Alone in the quiet of the night, I would quietly fall apart, then slowly heal myself. On the stormy road of life, I've learned to endure and see things clearly. Master said that there's no job in this world that isn't tough, nor is there any person or matter that isn't complex. Don't always complain that life is too tiring, nobody likes to listen to complaints. Also, don't compare your life to others, because everyone has different goals and ways of living. If something is good, call it wonderful. If it's bad, call it an experience. Life is not easy for anyone. Regardless of what others are going through, live well for yourself. Life only requires peace and stability. In this new year, I hope what I give will be met with deserving responses. The sincerity I offer will receive an echo. If you like something, then like it, but if it's too exhausting, it's not necessary anymore. Only invest in things that bring long-term benefits, and pursue people and matters that yield results. If your enthusiasm is not reciprocated, stop at the right moment. Love yourself well so you have the strength to love others. My current state is this: I enjoy solitude, yet I fear loneliness. I don't want to be disturbed, but I also crave an embrace. I've grown used to being alone, but occasionally I envy couples. I still believe in good things, but I also believe they won't happen to me. A truly skilled person is one who speaks softly but acts firmly. When you reveal your boundaries and others still trample over them, remember that you must do whatever it takes to knock down those who step on you. The way you treat me is the way I will treat you. This is not only a principle but also a courtesy I extend to you. In the world outside, when it's necessary to be bad, when it's time to be good, be good. Meet a Buddha, light incense; meet a thief, draw your gun. If you respect me by an inch, I'll return the favor by a foot. If kindness is not respected, let it grow thorns. Master said that because this is life, we cannot avoid its bitter and sweet flavors, nor can we escape the coldness of human hearts. You can only overcome the world and life when you give your best effort. Don't be afraid of loneliness, use it as a time to settle yourself. Though the road of life is long, it will eventually reach its end. Happiness or misfortune will both have their conclusion. Master, why is it that love today is increasingly hard to last? In the past, when clothes were torn, we mended them and could wear them for a long time. But now, before clothes even tear, they are thrown away because they're out of fashion. In the past, two people could stay together through arguments, and before you knew it, a lifetime had passed. Now, if someone doesn't like something, they replace it; if it doesn't fit, they break up. People always find excuses. Is it because we've become lazy, or has life become easier? The reason things could last for years wasn't because their quality was exceptionally good, but because, besides cherishing them, we knew to repair them in time. Love is the same. Don't let go just because you're too lazy to explain. In the vast sea of people, finding someone you like who also likes you back is not easy. Longevity in relationships comes from cherishing each other wholeheartedly. Master said, "What you're concerned about is when the other person knows yet still chooses to do it. That simply means they're not afraid of losing you. They rely on your soft heart to do as they please. Once trust collapses, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild. The most unappreciated thing in this world is forgiveness without limits, soft-heartedness, and compromises without principles. Enduring won't win you special treatment, and tears won't bring exceptions. If you can forgive everything, then what you experience is well-deserved." Master said, "If one day love truly comes to an end, don't argue and don't cry. Life is too short, smile extra sweetly. Don't be hung up on the past, and don't hesitate about the future. If things don't go as planned, trust that there is another arrangement. Every loss will return in another form. Whether you believe it or not, someone who suddenly neglects you is certainly involved with someone else. While they are ignoring you, they are warming up to another. That's the truth, and you don't need to ask why, because all you'll get are excuses. From the moment you want to ask and seek an answer, you've already lost." Master said, "Anyone who causes you to lose your dignity is not worth your love. Kindness itself isn't wrong, the mistake lies in giving it to the wrong person. If your kindness isn't respected by others, then put it away and give it to someone more deserving. People who care about you, busyness is an excuse, and tiredness is a reason. Remember, those who truly care about you are never too busy. Those who care about you will always make time. Everyone has a phone in their hand, so it's impossible they didn't see your message, they just don't want to reply." Master said, "Those who stay up late and can't sleep are full of stories. It's just that the person you want to tell your story to doesn't listen, and the person who wants to hear it doesn't speak. So, digesting your sadness and sleepless nights becomes a part of life. The excitement of the day belongs to others, but the loneliness of the night is your own. I really like my current state, going with the flow, not being hasty when faced with difficulties. When I need to stand firm, I can hold my ground. When I don't need to, I can comfortably remain silent. I care about people, but I don't cling to them. I'm willing to lower my pride for those I love. I have the passion and motivation to learn, improving every day, but I no longer expect praise from others." Master said, "What doesn't belong to you doesn't need to be fought for. What belongs to you doesn't need to be fought for. The more you go through, the easier it is to see things clearly. Life, in truth, is short. Instead of exhausting yourself with longing, live a fulfilled life by knowing contentment. Life is not easy, but it must go on. In the remaining years, live with reverence, not with competition. Live seriously and laugh freely." Master said, "When people reach a certain age, there are things they must compromise on. You know everything, but nothing can be changed. Life will force you to make choices. The pain and bitterness you carry, you bear alone, no one else can fully understand. There are times when we must remain silent and give up our pride. This is not surrender, it's growth. Thanks to the years that haven't abandoned me, gifting me a path full of thorns. I'm grateful for the love of time, for it has granted me the ups and downs of life. I can imagine the most comfortable relationship, it's when you wake up and think of me, when you finish your work and tell me. No sugarcoating, no half-heartedness. There may be arguments, but never cold wars. When we're upset, we speak up, and I'll explain and apologize. Don't stay silent about things that can be solved with a hug. Don't let sadness last all night. I only have two hands, and there are too many things I can't hold on to. Learn to reconcile with yourself. I love to laugh foolishly, and I'm easily moved, easily satisfied. Even things I really like, I can do without. If someone treats me a little bit kindly, I'll remember it forever. Sometimes, I don't have the best memory. Once the wound heals, I forget the pain. Master, why is love so hard to sustain these days? In the past, when clothes were torn, we mended them and still wore them for a long time. But now, before clothes even tear, they're thrown away because they're outdated. In the past, two people could argue and still be together for life. But now, if something isn't liked, it's replaced. If it doesn't fit, it's ended. People always find excuses. Is it because we've become lazier, or is it because life has become easier?